What's up everyone, Jigs here once again. I have something special to show you guys. If we can go over the basics real quickly, it is a closed bolt, like a cocker, spool valve, like my beloved DMs from the golden age of paintball, at a price point of $229. I don't think I've ever seen that combo before, but I am going to talk about the new Nova N4. So we'll get into it. Before I go into the N4, I do need to talk about, and I know it's gonna come up, right? The EMAC. And there's a reason for that, is because the EMAC for the past couple of years, especially during the resurgence of mechanical, has been the go-to recommendation for everyone, and for good reason, right? It came in at $200 when it was first released. Had a bunch of upgrades that was available, and it just shot right out of the box, right? So I do need to talk about this because it will be compared to this, and this my EMAC over here actually has all the goodies: FLE body, trigger, upgraded trigger, on off already included, and has the deadly wind valve installed. So this shoots super nice, and really it's reliable, right? And that's one of the big draws of the EMAC, right? So with that out of the way, what you came here to see is for me to talk about the N4, right? So the N4 is Nova's basically entry-level marker. This sits at about $229, or that's what I was told is going to retail at. So, but what do you get out of it? What is the difference between this and, let's say, a stock EMAC? Because remember, this is an upgraded EMAC. The stock EMAC is all composite when you first get it, right? You don't get the FLE body, it's not aluminum up top, everything is composite. The N4, the body and the assemblies, the rest of the assemblies, this is all aluminum on the top half, right? The frame and the grip, it's all integrated, it's all one thing. That is going to be, that is a composite, but the regulator is all aluminum, machined aluminum. The feed neck is composite as well. It's pretty sturdy though. And then, you know, the shroud is aluminum. And what it does come with, though, which is pretty nice, is this barrel. This is their own barrel. But what's really cool about it is, yeah, it's their stock barrel, but they actually will take the inserts, all the Nova inserts. So that's nice. So right off the bat, you buy the pack of inserts, and you're good to go, and you could just use this barrel, right? Really. And I think it's going to be important because, like I said before, this is a closed bolt marker, which means barrel sizing is going to be very important to you. So just to show you what I mean, let's air this puppy up. You know, so like I said, right off the bat, it's not coming with an on-off. Right, screw your tank in. Should be no problem. I am using a Ninja Pro V2, sealed right up, no issues. And look, you can tell, you can see it right there. You see it? You see it? You see it? It's closed, right? I can put my closed bolt. That's pretty cool, right? I don't think we've seen that in a while, right? As far as what, like, dealing with markers. So that's nice. Has an on-off, has a safety, right? And this is the trigger is actually a slide trigger, just like a cocker, right? There's a little bit of play in the front end, but I think there's a reason for that. I would love to eliminate that and kind of make it sit at the activation point, because I feel I can hit the fan it or shoot it a little faster. But it's a short pull. I'm gonna do it from here. It doesn't even move that far, so it's a very short pull. Has a nice spool sound to it, and it actually sits nice. This is a 6845. Sits nice, comfortable. It's lightweight. It's actually, I think, almost as light as the FLE EMAC, the way it sits. So yeah, nice, right? Pretty nice, and it's comfortable that you can. You see that? You hear it short a little bit. You can rip on it. Actually, I try not to rip on it. I have a state park behind me, so don't want to scare the locals. Well, hopefully I'll get on the field soon and kind of put this through its paces. But I do want to talk about a little bit more about this. So simple operation, right? There's really not much to it. There's only one adjustment you got to do, which is the velocity adjustment, which is right there in the middle. There's two. Do not adjust the outer one, but there's a locking nut. That is actually, just like all the Novas, that sets your maximum pressure for the marker, just so that you don't go too high. So you should only be adjusting from the internal adjustment. And then upgrades. So what I know about this is, just like the EMAC was able to be upgraded to this form, there will be some notable upgrades that are going to come out for the N4. One of which is going to be, I believe they're going to bring a tear air trigger in here, which will make this shoot really, really nice and fast. Right? If you haven't shot a tear air trigger before on the other Novas, you have to shoot it, because it's just super soft, like so easy to walk on. They're gonna come out with on-off. I mean, they already have the on-off, so this is gonna be available for here too. Aluminum feed neck will be available, and actually they're already working on an aluminum frame. So you should be able to turn all of this into aluminum with an upgraded trigger. So let's talk about that, because this is what, 229 as is, right? As is 229. Let's say we upgraded the feed neck, probably gonna be 20 bucks. That's 20 bucks, right? On off, maybe, I don't know, let's say 40 bucks. I'm just saying, it could be. Let's say make it 50. Because that's, I think, the pops, that's I believe how much it retailed for, the on-off. So that's equivalent, right? 20, 50, 70 bucks right there. The tear air would be another maybe 50 bucks, 40 bucks, right? So you're looking at that, like what, 120, 130? So 229, let's make it 230 plus another 120. That's you're at 350, right? I think I mathed that right. So 350, all aluminum, with a tear air, on off, and everything, for what I see and feel like it's going to be a great shooting marker. Like I said, I have to get to the field and kind of put it through its paces, but I don't see any reason why it can't perform well, just because it's very simple in design. Oh, finally released the air. And now, actually, now that it released the air, you see, now it's the bolt is open. I mean, the breech is open. For 350 all in with all the upgrades, I mean, that is going to be a phenomenal deal. As is right now, it's a phenomenal deal for 229. I, for one, like having these options, right? Because for a long time, we haven't really had an option to provide for, like, you know, in lieu of the EMAC. There was nothing you could recommend, just because this was just a great platform. I'm not even gonna deny it, right? There's a reason these are used in tournaments all across the nation. They just work, right? But now to have at least have another option that you can recommend, and this has, and for some, looks is also important, and the fact that this has like this tactical look on it will you know, make some people happy. And I'm pretty sure there's no reason why they can't add or introduce other tactical accessories on here, right? Like maybe, you know, it'd be cool, guys, if there was a GoPro mount on here. That would be nice. Or maybe like a rail here that you can add like lasers to. I don't know. You guys are into this scenario scene. You know how it goes. You can add stuff to it, right? But that gives you options, and that is cool. That's just real cool, right? To have more than one option in the field that allows you to do other things, right? So in essence, this is the Nova N4. I believe the code name is Odin, and this is going to be a really cool introduction to the lineup, and should be available soon for you guys to pick up. I'm super excited to get this out on the field, really get ripping on it. You know, I've been used to shooting the TRR for quite some time now, but you know, this, you know, if you've shot cockers before, you know how this feels, right? Just gotta make sure you have like full cycles, or else, actually, from what I've heard from other people, and from Nova themselves, it's hard for you to actually chop a ball here, just because it's closed bolt, right? Let's say you short stroke it, the worst it's gonna do, it's not like, if you short stroke it, not like a cocker, if you short stroke it, you're half depressing, you're half pushing the bolt in and then pulling it back, right? This one, the bolt is already closed before you even pull the trigger. So if you half shot it, you probably just end up like dropping the ball like within feet of you instead of chopping it, right? So that is one benefit of this being closed bolt. Yeah, you got to worry about bore sizing, right? So what? But the kit from Nova, the bore size kit, is like cheap anyway compared to all the other things, and the fact that the barrel already comes like that you can do that too. That is awesome. I think this is going to be a great deal. I look forward to seeing you guys shooting this on the field. I hope you like this little introduction, but I will do a bigger deep dive on these, especially once the parts come in and I have to take it apart to do the upgrades. I'll definitely do an upgrade video like that, just like I did previously for the N1. And this way I can show you all the internals, right? Once I get it out on the field, I'll do another video just to give you guys my feedback from a day of play, and we'll go over like maintenance. Alright, now I want to introduce you guys to the Nova N4 coming to the site real soon. Alright guys, talk to you soon. Later.